Hi, we're going to look at how to create a queue class, and then do an example program with that. So queues are like a line of people at a grocery store. First one that gets in line is the first one served, and as people get added to the line, then they move up and they get served in the order that they got into the line. So I'm going to create a new file here and get rid of that one. I don't need it anymore. So one of the things with Python is it has a built-in queue, which is fine to use, but you never know when you're going to be in a language or in something where you have to create your own queue. So that's why we're going to do that here. So we're going to create a class called queue, and we're going to have our init with our self parameter, and this is going to look just similar to the stack. So it's going to be self.items equals bracket and bracket because we use a list for this. Okay, we're going to have it is empty. And again, it's going to be a return self.items equal bracket and bracket. And then we're going to have our enqueue, which is going to be the same as a push, except working it for a stack here. Self and item, and self.items.insert 0 item. Oh, there's no parentheses there. Okay, there we go. So what we're doing is we're going to insert it at one end, which is going to be at the top of the list, position 0, and then we'll remove from the bottom of the list. So that's the first in, first out part of this. Okay. So then we're going to do our dequeue, which is our pop, similar. And on this one, we're going to return self.items.pop. The names on these, the enqueue, dequeue, that's just because we're doing it as a queue, and that's the way that they set them up on here. And then we need our size, and that's going to return the length of self.items. Okay, so that's our queue class. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to save this as qu.py so I don't get the system confused between this one and the built-in queue that they have there. So let me okay, I'm going to find the example. The example we're going to do is called hot potato. So, oops, wrong folder. And if you ever played that game in when you were little, you had a rock or something that you used. Everybody, you got in a circle, and then somebody played music, and then as the music was playing, you okay. So as the music was playing, I thought I had this already opened here, but I don't. So I gotta go find it. You pass you pass the rock from one player to the next. Okay. I'm not just going to show you this. We're going to actually do it because I think you get more out of it that way. I'm going to open up a new file here. And then when the music stops, the person that has the hot potato is the one that loses. They get out of line, and then you start it over again. And then you get down to two people just passing it back and forth really quick. And then when the music stops, whoever has it at that point, that's the person leaves, and then the other person is the winner. So we're going to play a kind of a computer game like that. So from QU, we're going to import Q, and we're also going to import random. So we're going to create a function called hot potato, passing in a name list of players of the game. our sim queue is going to be equal to Q. And then for name, in name list, simq dot nq name. So now we're going to back out of that and do a while loop. While simq dot size is greater than 1, num equals random dot randint 1 comma 10. Okay. And then for I in range num simq dot nq, and then in parentheses here simq dot dq. So what we're doing here is this is going to pop off the person, so the person at the end of the line, and while this is running, and then that person goes back and gets put back on the beginning of the line. Okay. And then you just keep going through there. So you pop them off, push them on, pop them off, push them off, and then the last person that gets popped off, that's when the music would, say, for example, would stop, and then that would be the end of that round. And so then after the for loop, we're going to have right keys here, simq dot dq. Okay, and then we're going to return simq dot dq. Okay, so this is going around in here, and we'll get down to, okay, that's the person that gets taken out. Okay, and then when we get down to where we have 1 left, well, that would be, we're not greater than 1 anymore, so it'd be equal to 1. That would be the person who won the game, and that's the return that we do there. Okay, so the EF main, we're going to set names equal to a list, Bill, Mary, Sally, John, Martha, and Larry. Okay, so we're going to print hot potato passing in names. Okay, so let me get this saved. And I'm in the right folder here. Make sure I've got my queue in here. Pretty sure I do. Yep. And I'm going to call it hot potato. .py. And then we'll run this and see what happens. And I got an error in here because I misspelled Q on my last one, it looks like. Right there. Okay, try this again. See if I got any other errors in there. And there we go, Bill wins. Okay, so we're going to run it again here. And this time Sally wins. Okay, so we get different winners on that, but it's random only in the sense that we get a random number between 1 and 10 for how many times this runs in here. Okay, you can randomize it more if you want to. For example, you can randomize. I don't know, different ways of being able to do it to make it more. You could print out names as the person that gets knocked out. So for example, right here, we could print oh, here we had to do this. Out equals this, and then we can print that, and then we can see how much this runs here. So Larry was removed, Bill was removed, Mary was removed, Martha was removed, Sally was removed, and John won the game. Okay, so you can do some things like that with it, but this is just an example to show you how queues work. So when you come back with the next video that you're going to look at, we'll have some other programs in there. We're going to do a printer simulation as one of them, and I think there's another one in there also. So come back and you'll learn some more about queues. Bye.